Hey everyone, welcome to I Dream of Homestead. I'm Josephina, and today we're outside where I want to accomplish two things before I go back inside my house. And those two things are moving this chicken fence and starting seeds. We'll talk about the seed thing after the fence, but for those of you who don't already know, I have this awesome fence. It's electric poultry netting, and over here it's got the box to charge the fence up with. And this thing is amazing. It's so easy to move. Every time I have the coop in one spot, I try to leave it in that spot for a few weeks, and I'll move the fence around it. And then eventually when I've moved the fence over as much as I can, then I'll take the coop somewhere else and move the fence with it. And having this fence just makes it so easy so that I don't have to have it in that one spot, because like I've told you guys before, my property stays so wet for so long after rain, and it gets gross and humid. And so being able to keep the chickens on dry ground and also to give them the fresh grass and bugs is really helpful when you don't have a fence around your property the way that I don't. As you can see, no fence. So predators have easy access if I don't have something like this to keep them protected. So let's get moving on that fence. Two things before I start actually. One, this beautiful attire I did not want to get into something decent and get it dirty. So it ain't cute, but it'll do. I did my hair and a little bit of mascara and a lip. That's all you get from me today. And two, what you're gonna see me doing is moving the fence panel by panel, because I have the option of just laying it all flat and then pulling it in the position I want. But because I don't want the chickens to get out, they're in the shade here. I don't want them to get out and then have to try to get them all back in later. So moving it this way makes it so that I don't have to worry about the chickens running out on me. Let's go. And that's it. It literally took me 10 minutes to move this thing. They hear me talking, so they're coming running over here. So what I plan on doing is leaving this here. Probably, if I don't move it this weekend, I'll move it on Monday next week, where I'll pull the coop over this way more, and then that way I can keep stretching the fence out this way. So now they've got all of this grass here from where the fence was not before, that they are going to town on, and they will then also help all the grass grow. So getting to move them like this just also gives my grass and yard the opportunity to get fertilized. I'll link this poultry netting into the description box down below in case you're interested in getting one for yourself. This seriously has been a lifesaver with these chickens, because my bedroom is right here, and there have been nights over the year of having these chickens that I have heard an animal come up and then scream and run away because it got electrocuted by the fence. So there have been many times where I'm like, thank God for this fence. So now we're gonna walk across the yard and start some seeds, but let me show you guys this real quick. So all of this area where the grass just looks dead and beaten up, all the way over to the chicken coop, is where the chickens were over the past couple months. And just before that, they were here. And look at all the baby grass sprouting. Like this area, this entire area looked exactly like what's behind me looks. It's time for a cut. That's the beautiful power of chicken poop. All right, so I have all my supplies. I've got all my seeds inside that bag. I've got some potting soil, something to mix that with water in. I've got my seed starting trays and a handy dandy shovel. So I'm just gonna jump right in and I'm gonna talk and work. All right, so I've got my potting soil and my water all mixed up so that I'm not having to water and then moving seeds from adding the water on top. Honestly, or even the bottom, because sometimes when you water from the bottom, it poofs up a little bit. And so I don't want the seeds to move around. So I've got the soil nice and wet now to avoid that. I have new trays. It comes with the bottom trays and then these and some lids. Each one of these has 40 cells in it. I don't want to do that many right now. So I'm just going to start off with 2 and see where we're at after I put all my seeds in. So I originally planned on starting my seeds like at the end of February, but then my husband and I decided that for the week that he took off for my birthday, that we would travel somewhere. And so then I realized if I started seeds, at the earliest time, then I was going to be gone for a week and I would come home to a bunch of shriveled up seedlings, and not only would I have wasted all those seeds, but I would also waste that soil and all that time, and then I'd be beating myself up and having all these harsh feelings. So rather than doing all that, I decided to just wait until we got back home and we settled in from vacation. And so that's what I'm doing here. There has been a part of me that's been for weeks, when I decided that it was better for me to wait, that was feeling really crummy about the fact that I was going to be behind, especially seeing everybody posting about their seeds being started and then pictures of all their seedlings sprouting, and thinking like, oh, all these people are going to have all their plants in their garden way before me and it's gonna suck. Like, I wish that I didn't have to start so late. And honestly, I just told myself to shut up, because if I'm gonna spend my life doing the comparison game with anything, I'm just gonna be miserable. I'm always gonna find the problem in things, and then I'm gonna be stopping myself all the time from doing the things that I really want to do and the things that bring me happiness. And starting seeds really brings me happiness. I don't know what's gonna come of the plants once they're grown and if they're gonna bear fruit for me, but all of the hope that comes with starting seeds and having your fingers all up in the soil and just the excitement of the new life that's gonna come and all the potential that's gonna come with it is so exciting, and it is so worth being patient and being late. So if you're like me, which I am in zone 8B in South Carolina, and you haven't started your seeds yet and you feel like, well, that window is done and gone, closed on me, don't listen to that voice. Do it anyways, because growing something is better than growing nothing. All right, so I've got all 40 of these done. Now I'm gonna work on the next tray. I don't quite know what I did with my reusable labels, so rather than wasting a bunch of time trying to find some, I grabbed our craft sticks and I'm just going to label the popsicle sticks and stick them into the cell. So I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse while I put seeds in, but I am gonna let you know the type of stuff I'm putting in as I'm going. So the first thing I'm going to do is tomatoes, and for those I have some black strawberry tomatoes, some blue beauties, some green tomatillos, purple tomatillos, some Roma tomatoes, and some Castelluto tomatoes. So these are what's gonna go in first. Oh my god, the temperature is dropping. I'm gonna need to get a jacket soon. So I need to get to work on the next ones. I've got the entire tray of the different varieties of tomatoes and tomatillos already done. So now I'm gonna move on to the peppers. And for those peppers, I've got some pasilla, got guajillo. That's also guajillo. Some hatch pepper, or this also goes by Chileno Mexico. Some regular sweet bell peppers, poblanos, Anaheim, some jalapeno, and some serrano. Alright, so I have all of my peppers and all of my tomatoes started in those two trays. My battery is running out on my phone, so I am just going to quickly work on my own with starting some flowers and some herbs in this separate tray, and then I'll put everything inside. So I'm gonna have to let you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments what you have started or the things that you're excited most about in your garden. If you haven't already, I hope that you're willing to hit that subscribe button and stick around with me for a while on my journey to becoming a homesteader. I'll see you in the next one.